Hello. I am here to bring a little bit more clarity to you guys about the lesson that we did yesterday. It's regarding the factored and expanded form where we used the area model. And the model lesson was really good. It was really, really good. I think that my purpose in coming together now is for you to understand the actual practice lesson that was given, because it was a lot more problems. And so in looking at the factored and expanded lesson, the goal is to just continue to use what you've been using before, which is the area model. And in using the area model, it's simply to have the number that is outside, whether it be a positive or negative, and to have inside of your rectangle, the rectangle is broken up into how many of our terms you have. So since we have two terms broken up, here's 5, and here is take away 2y, which is the same as plus negative 2y. I think the main thing for you all is to make sure you go back to the activities and the lesson where we talked about signed numbers, because knowing signed numbers at this point is very important for you, because it will help you know whether your answer is going to be positive or negative. So understanding signed numbers through when we do multiplication and when we do division, and understanding signed numbers when we deal with adding and subtraction. And so here we have -3 multiplied by 5, which will give us -15, and -3 multiplied by -2y, and the negative times the negative is a positive, so my final answer is going to be positive, and then I just multiply 3 times 2 is 6, so that's positive 6y. And so the expanded form to this would be negative, what's inside the box, -15 plus 6y, and that's how that looks. So I want to do one of the more, I guess, complex ones where it has a lot more things going on. But let me just see if you all did. Let's look at the second one. They gave you 5 times a minus 6. And if you did yours correctly, you should have gotten 5a minus 30. So just to make sure you did that right, 5 should have been here. And inside your area model, it should have, inside your rectangle, it should have 2. You should break your rectangle up into 2 parts because you have 2 terms. And on the top should be a. And take away 6 is the same as adding -6. And so 5 times a is 5a, which is how I got 5a. And a positive multiplied by negative is a negative, which is why I have take away 30. So 5 times, that's -30. So you can have this or 5a plus -30. All right, now, if you had that, then you are on your way. I'm going to do one of the more complex ones. I'm going to look at the one that actually has 20x minus 10y plus 15z, and that was one of the ones that was in the expanded form. And so now I have to get it to the factored form. When you deal with factors, what you're trying to do is think of, first of all, you have 3 terms. So what you're trying to do is think of a number that is common between these. So really, you're possibly thinking of the greatest common factor of 20, 10, and 15, or 20, -10, and positive 15. And so when I think about a number that's common between 20, -10, and positive 15, I'm thinking of 5. And you want to make sure that, let's see, if I chose 5, right, then that would be my number that's outside of my parentheses, because that's the common number between all 3, and then thinking of how to get back. So it's basically just working backwards. And so what you're seeing is these are the numbers that's inside of the box of the area model. It will be there. So it will be 20x will be in here. It'll be minus 10y, and here will be 15z. And you're trying to work backwards. And so if 5 were outside, 5 multiplied by what number would give me 20x? And I know that that would be 4x. Because 5 times 4x is 20x. So now let's keep working backwards. I can say plus what would give me negative 10y? Well, I know it has to be a positive multiplied by, this has to be a negative in order to get negative 10y. So what number would that be? That would be minus 2y. So 5 multiplied by negative 2y should give me negative 10y. And then that gives me that. And then thinking again, 5 times what is going to give me 15y. Well, it's positive 15y, and that's already positive. So I know a positive multiplied by a positive is going to give me a positive. And so I'm going to think about what number multiplied by 5 will give me 15, and that number would be the 3. So it's going to be 3z. And my sign right here is going to be plus. And so now I have 5, and inside of my parentheses, I'm grouping 4x minus 2y plus 3z, and that's going to help me get, when I multiply this 5 times everything within the parentheses, it will be 20x minus 10y plus 15z. And so my answer on this side should look like this. And so again, if you're thinking about this, I'm going to do one last one before I go. I'm going to look at, they gave you k times 4 minus 17. And when you think about this, you're trying to multiply k times the quantity of 4 minus 17. And what you're then doing is thinking of the area model. Here's k, here's 4, and this is plus negative 17. K times 4 gives you 4k. Thinking of your coefficient, 4 has to be first, k, plus, you can put plus there if you want to, k times negative 17 is negative 17k. And so your answer is, on this side, right here, 4k plus negative 17k, or 4k minus 17k. All right, so what I want you to do now, accelerated students, is go ahead and finish the areas or the others, and please upload. I need to see if you all are understanding this so that we can make sure that you all are getting understanding, so that when you take your common formative on Friday, you all will do well. All right, I hope this helps. Please drop me some comments and let me know if this video is helping. Thanks. See you soon. And I think I figured out how to exit out this time.